So how are you feeling today? So how many of you are here for the third consecutive day? Okay. So a lot of you are here for the first time, I presume. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we are trying to launch in the form of a commercial product very shortly. It's going to happen in the US by the later part of the first half of this year. It's codenamed Bluemix. So before I get into that, let me just do a quick poll of how many of you are using cloud platforms to develop your applications? Okay, not bad. So it's not going to be new to most of you, I guess. So we've launched a beta product called Bluemix.net. It's right now available for developers to go ahead and start using this product. So I want you to go test drive this product, use the sandbox features out there, get your applications, test it out, and feel free to go to our Developer Works forum to start giving feedback about Bluemix.net. So it's very, very simple, very intuitive, and we've built it keeping in mind the developers in focus. So we want to make sure that you are able to focus on building your code, and you're not focused on integrating your code or setting up the operating system or setting up the middleware infrastructure for that. You just focus on what you do the most, enjoy the most, which is developing applications or developing the code, which is the most important part of it. So we have seen that in most of the time, when you're in your development lifecycle journey, you actually end up spending around close to 80% of the time on a lot of other paraphernalia related activities when you're building code. Only 20% of the time is actually spent on the creative part of writing a code, right? That's the joy of writing a code, the creativity which comes as part of that. So you unfortunately only spend 20% of the time, but rest of the other 80% is trying to integrate, trying to set up the middleware, put a lot of connect to the other composable services, and you end up spending a lot of the time. So keeping that in view, keeping that in mind, we have developed this Bluemix cloud platform, which is powered by IBM SoftLayer. So please go check that out, and please give us feedback, because it's in the beta form at this point in time. Okay, this is a small disclaimer which I had to go through because it's in beta. So I just wanted to make sure that we all understand that this product is beta at this stage. Okay, so when you're actually developing applications, there are a lot of things that keep going on, right? So a lot of people are using open standards at this point in time, and it's really caught on. So people who are using Node.js, or people who are using Ruby on Rails, or people using Java-based applications, it becomes very, very important for you to really understand that what are you most focused on. You're most focused on making sure that you're developing the application in a manner in which it's very simple, very elegant, but at the same time, it needs to integrate your backend services. So the backend services could be either connecting to a mobile backend as a service, it could be talking to a MongoDB as a database, or as a database as a service. Whatever the case may be, you need to be able to focus on developing that application, and then back-end integration of these services has to happen automatically. Because now the whole thing is moving in a way that everybody is trying to build applications, and these applications are going to be consumed, and you're going to use composable services as you keep going with them. So in terms of what we want to ensure is that you want to make sure that you're able to quickly move and see results. It's in a beta version. You want to try it out. You want to make sure that it's working fine. You want to quickly go out and see the results. You want to learn a lot by tinkering and playing. That's why we have the sandboxes available in Bluemix for you to actually play around and tinker and feel how the result is likely to be. You need to learn new skills through playing and experimenting safely. And that's based on the investment we have made in trying to develop Bluemix, where the user interface is very, very intuitive. It's built keeping the developers in mind. So we have spent a lot of time and effort and investment in trying to do a lot of focus group with the right kind of developers who are actually using and getting their feedback in terms of what they actually want to see in a cloud-based development platform. So we've spent a lot of time. So the user interface is really very attractive and very cool, and we would urge you to really take a look at it. Okay, so the other important aspect as far as building this platform is that most of the people we have interviewed have realized that most of the current platforms are not very intuitive, is not helping you be productive from making sure that you're unleashing your creativity. A lot of your time you end up spending on integrating stuff, checking on the loading the operating system, checking the operating system, connecting it to the middleware applications and things like that. You're not really spending time developing the code, quickly testing the code, making it iterative, and actually coming out with what works best for you at that particular instance. So the Bluemix platform really gives you that flexibility and helps you unleash your creativity. So there are various applications available, various composable services which are available on the Bluemix platform. So we have the templates which are there in Circle. So you have Node.js, you have Java Liberty Profile, and these are the templates which are there, which you can go ahead and start using. Ruby on Rails is there, you can go ahead and start using that. The hexagonal ones out there are the services which are available. So we have a plethora of services which is available right from big data, mobile as a backend as a service. You have DevOps as a service available for you to go ahead and play around with it as of now. So one of the beauty about the Bluemix as a platform is that it's based on open standards. IBM supports OpenStack. We are one of the prime movers as far as making sure that the cloud platform is open. So we are working with a host of partners who are working with us in making sure that the cloud platform is open. It's based on OpenStack, and it incorporates a lot of capabilities of Cloud Foundry in that. So one of the key things is that some of our friends in Amazon also have a lot of open source products out there, but the problem is that the APIs which we need to end up consuming are not open and are not based on Cloud Foundry and OpenStack. They are proprietary in nature, and that's where the conflict happens from a closed environment to an open environment. And IBM is a proponent of open source and OpenStack, and we are leading the movement in that. So these are the 5 critical applications which we have. So a lot of you must have been hearing about DevOps, and you will continue to hear a lot about DevOps in terms of how it's revolutionizing the way we are developing applications in terms of agile, lean, and continuous improvement and continuous development as a life cycle. And cloud becomes an ultimate platform for that. We have a host of services available for you to test the DevOps services. The data management services is available in the form of SQL database, JSON database, MongoDB, MySQL, Postgres, and you also have big data services in the form of Blue data warehouses. Mobile services is really very popular, this particular service. Whatever limited time which you had out there in beta, this is something which is being really effectively used. Push and cloud code and mobile app management and mobile quality assurance and mobile data are the ones which are being currently used, and it's pretty popular out there. So finally, what does it bring value to developers? So in terms of simplicity and speed, like I said, we want you to focus on what is most important to you. The most important to you is to create your code, make sure that the code is as creative as possible, and like the session earlier, you want to make sure that it is like a good story. So you need to focus on the story and not focus on a lot of things which are related to that building of the story, right? So in terms of creating your back-end services, in terms of worrying about whether it's going to integrate to the right kind of operating system, whether I've got the middleware up and running out there. So these are the things which you need to focus on. All that it takes is 2 minutes for you to get a service up and running. try it out. Whenever you have the time, please go check out bluemix.net and try it out. All it takes for you to load and test your application is just 2 minutes, because everything is pre-configured and it's pre-integrated, and the beauty is that it scales. It automatically understands as your application scales, the entire infrastructure scales according to your application. So it is built on the software platform, which is very, very robust cloud platform, and which scales automatically as and when your application scales. So you need to make sure that whatever you're building is open and flexible, making sure that it adheres to open standards, OpenStack, and Cloud Foundry becomes integral part of a cloud platform today, because you want to make sure that all the efforts which you have invested in developing your applications and testing your application remains intact, provided it's on open standards. So, and finally, the last one is brand trust and integration. So you need to make sure that the cloud platform provided by IBM, which has a legacy of over 100 years in the information technology business. So we've been in this business for long. We understand this business. We have been the proponents of open source and open standards for quite some time now. And so we enjoy the trust with various enterprises. We also feel that we enjoy the trust with developers. So we want you to come and embrace us and check the Bluemix cloud platform out today, and start giving us feedbacks on DeveloperWorks, which is probably one of the largest technical community out there, so that we are able to incorporate all your feedback and make sure that it becomes a great experience for you to continue to work on our IBM cloud platform, Bluemix. So this is a quick view of the Bluemix.net page. So like I said, it's very, very intuitive, very interactive. The user interface is very cool. It really keeps in mind the taste of the developers, and also keeps in view of some of the frustrations and the short attention span some of the developers have today, right? So we want to make sure that it adds to that, to your creativity, and you're able to leverage the Bluemix platform pretty well. So go check out the Bluemix on YouTube. There are a lot of videos from your peer community, from the developers across the world. Please understand what their feedback on Bluemix is, that you can just search for Bluemix on YouTube, hear the buzz, feel the buzz. And you can check out more details about this presentation on the slide share. I want you to all go check out bluemix.net now, and then if you want to get more guests, stay in touch. And if you want to order for a Bluemix meetup or a Bluemix Advantage or a Bluemix technical workshop, please SMS Bluemix to 57333, and we'll stay connected, and we'll reach out to wherever you are, and we'll try to set you up with a Bluemix technical workshop or a Bluemix Advantage or a Bluemix meetup. With that, thank you very much for your patient listening, and have a great day today at the conference.